Look, all I'll say, I just feel like a lot of POC media is sanitized in a way which makes it has to be appealing to sort of white hegemonic you know, perspectives. So there's not a lot of stuff that gets released, especially not mainstream stuff outside of that, you know? Like like for existence shut the fuck up. Like for example, Black Panther, the movie Black Panther. It's a Marvel movie, so it's not going to be great. I thought it was good, like one of the better ones, but like the Black Panther is a Marvel movie. You understand? It's a Marvel movie. It's not a black movie in the same way that other Marvel movies aren't white movies either. It's a Marvel movie. That's what it is, you know. It's a Marvel movie that just happens to have a lot of black people in it. Not really happens to, I guess. Of course, it's, you know, pretty obvious why, but brought up some themes around race, but never went full circle with any of it. They did the shit that really bothers me, man. They do the thing where they establish like the woke points early on and never follow up on it, you know? They did this with Tyler Durden, but it was the part of the point in Fight Club, you know? In Fight Club, Tyler Durden's talking points, his philosophy was supposed to be initially appealing and liberating, but its hypocrisies become more evident with time, and eventually it's revealed he's just a fucking lunatic, you know? I mean, he always comes off kind of crazy, but that's the point. I mean, you're supposed to be bought in by Tyler Durden's, you know, salesman technique. You're supposed to be brought in by his charisma. But at the beginning of Black Panther, you had the what was his name? Everyone fell in love with him because he's pretty cool. Come on, Killmonger, right? Killmonger, right? The opening of Black Panther was like Killmonger is upset because of systemic racism and because this, that, or the other, colonialism, blah blah blah, right? And they acknowledge it, like even in the movie, they kind of acknowledge Killmonger has a point, but then they deny the narrative the need to address that argument by making Killmonger go too far and go crazy. They do this so often with villains. A villain will have a good point, and that way, that's how you know there's like a nuanced movie going on right now, because he's got a good point, you know. And then you know, he goes too far, and then because he goes too far, you have to fight against him, and then they never address the fucking point. Yeah, they did this with Korra, like, over and over again. They did this with Aemon. Yeah, maybe it is a little weird that a small portion of the population has superpowers and the rest doesn't, and maybe society is biased towards those people. Oh, wait, he went crazy. Never mind, we have to kill him. And then the third one, Zahir. Hey, maybe there is something kind of a little strange about hierarchical society, and maybe, you know, oh, no, wait, he went crazy. We have to kill. And then you know what I mean? In the fourth movie, it doesn't really apply because the villain of the fourth movie is a literal fascist. So they don't really have a good point at any. You know, she's not really portrayed as a avatar of a good perspective to begin with. And the second season, I don't even remember. Season, not movie. Sorry. At the end of Black Panther, Wakanda opens up and starts working to fight systemic racism. Though, no, they don't. They offer to like take in refugees and give aid to local African nations. They don't really address anything like like not meaningfully. There's like the conflict where they have that CIA agent come in and they're like, "Oh, do we save him or whatever?" But yes, they do. No, 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 no. They become liberals, guys. They become liberals. They do work in America. What the fuck? What kind of work? Do they donate to charities? What kind of work? Yeah, this is the kind of addressing. Yeah, they join the IMF so that they can help give loans to. Yeah, no, they don't. The way in which they assist this is it. Okay, this is capitalist realism right here. You have a superpowered African isolationist country, and then it's like, all right, we're coming out, we're busting it out big. Why aren't they like a Pan-African Union, like we reject like foreign investment and will now invest domestically? If they had any balls, there would have been like a subplot where the West is considering invading Wakanda because they cut off business contracts with the entirety of fucking, like the rest of Africa was like, oh shit, we have a superpower on our continent now. Fuck Western investment, fuck China, we're not taking their money. Fuck those guys. We're getting Wakandan investment. And then the fucking American businessmen are like, President, if we nuke Wakanda right now, we can keep these contracts. Like that literally what I'm talking about has happened before. Well, okay, not literally. Things like that have happened before. The idea of like a local power prompting colonized nations to break off trade relations in America or other Western countries, you know, attacking in order to preserve. Has this not happened? Am I we understand what I'm talking about here, right? That would have been, I think, a fairly realistic. That's not even super edgy. Honestly, that's not even like a leftist take, I don't think. I think that's just a realistic understanding of geopolitics. Oh, have a good one, Kat. I'll have as good of a day as a whitey can, okay? It's called getting Monroe Doctrine. Yeah, it's just Vosh movies be lib. What's new? I'm only saying that, at least from what I recall, the Wakandan now we're going to fight against racism never rose to the level of meaningful decolonization, which means it's worth jack shit as far as I'm concerned. Oh, wow, you have another wealthy country that'll donate a portion of its GDP towards international aid. Like, cool. America does that, and we're clearly shit when it comes to addressing global inequality. So, like, America has charities. America donates a portion of its GDP to foreign aid. We have the largest GDP in the world too. So, in a flat amount, it's a decent amount of money relative to other countries. We're nice. It's just yeah. It's just like, wow. You have another well-developed country. They don't just donate to charity. It said T'Challa directly invest money in U.S. communities. Yes, they're liberal. Okay. Sorry, that's just, to me. That's not like really meaning. I guess maybe a little bit. I don't know. Like T'Challa's like, here, Detroit, have 1 billion. I don't know. The problem is, like, you can't fix these issues without fixing capitalism. So without addressing capitalism, like, you're really coming at it kind of. You don't even have to be a leftist, really. The decolonization stuff. You could be a liberal and believe in a kind of decolonization project the way that I just described. It's not really about liberalism so much as it is like radicalism versus. You realize you shifted your goalpost, right? They did address Killmonger's point. They just don't agree with the solutions. No, I don't think that's addressing the point really at all. I think that's the kind of placation that like meaningfully nulls people's understanding of the issue by making them believe that you're addressing a point. That would be like if somebody brought up world hunger at the beginning of one of these Marvel movies, and at the end, like Captain America smiles at the camera and drops a quarter in like a donation jar. Like, I guess that's in line with the problem. I mean, that's related. It's not. I think if anything, the job of narratives like that is to is to give people the impression that those kind of limp incremental approaches are even capable of fixing problems like that, when in reality, of course, there's a reason why we have global inequality. It's profitable for some groups of people over others, and the only way to address that is to either wrench those profits from their cold dead hands, or to fight with them over it. That's how it's always been historically. That's how it works. You can beat them in the politics, you can beat them with the guns. However it happens, it's never as simple as just investing in a system. It's always going to be more complicated than that. Isn't Wakanda a monarchy? Yeah, okay, so there are other problems. Look, okay, wait, hold on. We're 20 minutes in. We need to. This isn't even the segment.